Hello everyone. Today is a busy day today. And yeah. So before I get started, I'm sorry I haven't been posting. Um, I've just been busy watching films and working on some content. But got some good news. My videos will be good quality now because I got rid of my old phone. Um, yeah, so I got a new one and it's better quality. So yeah, if you're wondering how I film these, I do it on my phone because that's the best way how to do it. So yeah, let's get into my first review because we have a very busy day. We have my Shang-Chi, oh, my Shang-Chi movie review, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings movie review, my Dear Evan Hansen movie review, and my Halloween 3, is it called like Season of the Witch or something? Season of the Witch, Scream 2, Characters Ranked, Cars movie review, and what was it called? Live and Let Die, the James Bond film. But further ado, let's get into my review for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is directed by Destin Daniel Creighton, screenplay by Dave Callahan and Destin Daniel Creighton and Andrew Laham, starred by Dave Callahan and Destin Daniel Creighton, based on Marvel Comics, produced by Kevin Feige and Jonathan Schwartz, starring Simu Liu, Simu Liu, that's what I heard that's how you pronounce it, Aquafina, Minga Zhang, Phil Chin, Flora Mentone, Benedict Wong, Michelle Yeoh, Ben Kingsley, and Tony Leung. Cinematography from William Pope, edited by Nat Sanders and Elizabeth Rodsdotter and Harry Yun, screenplay by Joel P. West, production company from Marvel Studios, distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures, released August 16th, 2021 in Los Angeles, September 3rd, 2021 in the United States. Ran for 132 minutes. The budget for this movie is $150 to $200 million, and in the box office it got $320.6 million. So, spoilers for this review. Because this is my review spoilers only for the plot. So if you don't want to get spoiled from the plot, well then probably skip to like 4 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes into the 5 minutes into this. So plot: thousands of years ago, Wen Yun discovered the mystical 10 rings, which granted their user immortality and godly powers. He established the Ten Rings organization, conquering kingdoms and toppling governments throughout history. In 1996, Wen Yu searched for Tai Lo, a village said to harbour mythical beast, to expand his power. He travels through a magical forest to the village entrance, but he is stopped by village guardian Ying Li. The two fall in love, but the villagers reject Wen Yu, so Li leaves with him. Wen Yu abandons the Ten Rings, and they have two children, Shang-Chi and Xialing. When Shang-Chi is 7, Li is murdered by Wen Wu's enemies, the Iron Gang. Wen Yu once again takes up the rings to massacre the Iron Gang, resumes leadership of his organization, and has Shang-Chi undergo brutal training in martial arts. Xialing secretly copies this training. When Shang-Chi is 14, Wen Yu sends him to assassinate the Iron Gang leader. After fulfilling his mission, a demoralized Shang-Chi runs away to San Francisco and adopts the name Sean. In the present day, Shang-Chi works as a valet with his best friend Katie, who does not know about his past. They are attacked on the bus by the Ten Rings, who steal a pendant that Li gave to Shang-Chi. Wen Wu anonymously provides Shang-Chi with the location of Xialing. Um, Now to the cast. So the cast, we've got Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, or in San Francisco it's called Sean. Aquafina is Katie. Mingu Zhang is Zaylin. Fella Chin is Ying Li. Florin Ruchana is Razor Fist. Benedict Wong is Wong. Michelle Yeoh is Ying Nan. Ben Kingsley is Trevor Slattery. Tony Leung is Yingsu Winwu. And more. Development. According to Margaret Liosh, former president and CEO of Marvel Productions, Stan Lee discussed a potential film or television series based on the Marvel comic characters Shang-Chi with Brandon Lee and his mother Linda Lee during the 1980s, with the intention of having Brandon Lee star as a character. Brandon's father, martial arts legend Bruce Lee, was the visual inspiration for artist Paul Clancy when drawing Shang-Chi during his tenure of the Master of Kung Fu comic book series in the 1970s. In 2001, Stephen Norrington signed a deal to direct a Shang-Chi film entitled The Hands of Shang-Chi. By 2003, the film was in development at DreamWorks Pictures, with Yong Wu Ping replacing Norrington as director and Bruce C. McKenna hired to write the screenplay. Ang Lee joined the project as a producer in 2004, but the film did not materialize after the point, and the rights to the character reverted to Marvel. In September 2005, Marvel chairman and CEO Avi Arad announced Shang-Chi and one of the 10 properties being developed as a film, but newly formed Marvel Studios after the company received financing to produce the slate of 10 films, which they were going to be distributed by Paramount Pictures. Shang-Chi was put on a list of characters that Marvel thought could be great films, despite being relatively unknown, since he had a very Disney story in the comic books. So let's go to, where is it? There's so much. Let's go to critical response. So on review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an approval rating of 92%, based on 283 reviews, with an average rating of 7.6 out of 10. The website's critical concerns reads, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings isn't entirely free of Marvel's familiar formula, but this exciting origin story expands the MCU in more ways than one. On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 71 out of 100, based on 51 critics, indicating generally favourable reviews. Audience polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of an A on an A+ to an F scale, while Post-Track reported 91% of the audience members gave it a positive score, while 78% saying they would definitely recommend it. Peter Dobridge at Variety called this film a flashy Asian-led visual effects extravaganza that gives the second-tier Shang-Chi the same over-the-top treatment that big-timers like Hulk Thor typically get. The result broadens Marvel Studios' spectrum of representation once again, offering audiences to an Asian descent the kind of empowerment from which Black Panther paved the way a few years back. Now it's on my thoughts for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, this was a really good film. I really liked this film. This is an awesome film for me. I had such a blast with this film. The story was great. I loved how they had like an empowerment of how like what Black Panther did, and not and what was it Shang-Chi, how they had like mostly Asians, because in Marvel Cinematic Universe they mostly have Americans, or they have some Africans and like all that, but like it's so cool to see how like this film was like full Asians, like all martial arts. That's really what I wanted from this film. That's just really good for this film. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings It's such an awesome movie. If you have not seen it, well, from New Zealand, be careful. But for the rest of the world, definitely check it out. It is a movie you definitely want to watch because it's such a great watch, so action packed and just a fun time. But for my score for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, I'm going to be giving it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Percentage, I'm going to be giving it a 94%. Grade, I'm going to be giving it an A minus, and out of 10, I'm going to be giving it a 9.4 out of 10. Thank you for watching my review for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Stay tuned to more Marvel content coming out in the further days. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, it'll be a big help. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.